Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now I'm speaking with psychologist Dr. Tia Kim about how to talk to your children about sexual abuse. It can be really difficult to know how to bring this up, but there is a campaign happening right now called Hot Chocolate Talk, and it has great suggestions on how to bring up discussions such as online safety, other things that kids need to be aware of, especially when you consider their safety. Dr. Kim, thanks for being here today. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me and allowing me to bring awareness to such an important topic.
So where do we start, Dr. Kim, in having these tough conversations about safety with our children?
Well, I think it's really important to start these conversations early and to have them often throughout a child's life. We know through research that one of the most powerful ways to prevent child sexual abuse is to have these important personal safety conversations with kids. And one way to maybe start to have these conversations is to think about how you can integrate it into already existing family routines, such as at bedtime or bath time.
And why did the Committee for Children decide to start this Hot Chocolate Talk campaign?
So, our Hot Chocolate Talk campaign coincides with National Child Abuse Prevention Month, which happens in April. And at Committee for Children, we know that starting these conversations can be really difficult. And so, we wanted to evoke an image of comfort and warmth, like drinking a cup of hot chocolate. And we created some really great free resources and tips that you can find on hotchocolatetalk.org to get these important conversations started.
And Dr. Kim, how can parents overcome that fear or that feeling of just afraid of saying the wrong thing and stigma in talking about sexual abuse with children?
So I like to think of it within a personal safety framework, just like we teach kids other safety rules, such as wearing your helmet before you go on a bike ride. And in particular, I like to teach kids the 3 R's of safety. So first, teaching them how to recognize safe versus unsafe touches, helping them to refuse unwanted touching, and importantly, third, helping them to report any of this behavior that may happen to them.
Are there certain factors that put kids at risk, and are there any red flags that parents need to be aware of?
Yeah, so, we know about 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 20 boys may experience child sexual abuse before the age of 18. And so, gender may definitely be a risk factor, particularly for girls, but it doesn't mean that we don't have these important safety conversations with boys. And when it comes to online sexual abuse, it tends to affect kids that are older, so tweens and teens. But I think most importantly, families need to know that stranger danger is a myth because about 90% of all cases, the perpetrator is someone that the child and the family knows very well. And some red flags that families can look out for, every child's going to react differently if they've been victimized, but families know their children the best, and it's important to look out for any sudden changes in mood or behavior.
And Dr. Kim, where can we find more information and resources on how to have these conversations?
So I would encourage families to check out our free resources on hotchocolatetalk.org to get these really important conversations started, because we do know that not talking about personal safety won't prevent child sexual abuse, but talking about it definitely will.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tia Kim, for joining us today. Really appreciate this important conversation about how to talk with your kids about sexual abuse, and encourage you to head to Hot Chocolate Talk online or Committee for Children to get more information and resources. We'll be back right here on Mountain Connections right after this.